Alola Pokemon trainers, this is GatorEX, and today I'm going to be talking about even more weird NPCs in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now this is a follow-up to a video I did a while ago, but from there I asked if you had any suggestions and I got quite a few in the comments below. So thanks to your suggestions and some of my own exploration, I'll be bringing another episode of the weird NPCs of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now the first one I want to talk about today is the #1 suggestion, which resides in the Aether House. In the back room, there is a Mimikyu in the corner, and when you talk to this Mimikyu, it will say, me curse you. Which is real freaky. I gotta get out of here. Despite this Mimikyu being very odd and actually having human speech, it doesn't even do anything aside from that. But it is really weird because we're actually seeing a lot of Pokemon say human words. I don't exactly know what this might mean, but I think Meowth was onto something, and all of these Pokemon in Alola are picking up on it. Out of all of them, this Mimikyu is definitely the creepiest. The next NPC I want to talk about is just a very quick one. He's inside the Hano Grand Resort, and he states, Salandit's poisonous gas smells as sweet as any flower, but breathe it in and you're done for. I've tried watering it down to use it in perfume, but I'm not having any luck. The funny thing about this guy is that he's actually right. There is a Pokedex entry that states Salandit emanates a sweet smelling poisonous gas that attracts bug Pokemon, then attacks them. But of course it still being poisonous means that it's gonna be a little difficult to adapt that into an actual perfume. Good luck, buddy. I hope you accomplish your dreams. Now on to Habu's house. There actually are a bunch of Pokemon in her house that say some weird things. Starting off on the lower end of the weird spectrum, there's just an Alolan Meowth that hisses at you. In Alola, we're made to think that everybody wants to be our friend. Everybody except this hissing Meowth. Then there is a Rockruff, and when you talk to it, it will say Rough Ride. It's funny because Ruff is in his name and dogs will normally say Rough, but the fact that it says Ride I think is also a reference to using Mudsdale to cross over ragged terrain. Then there is a Miltank that once you talk to it, it will just sing, but then the screen goes black, the healing noise is played, and it actually turns out that your entire party is healed. Obviously, this Miltank was using Milk Drink to heal our party, but it still is a little weird just being reminded that Pokemon actually drink milk from another Pokemon. And now the best Pokemon in Habu's house, a Sudowoodo. When you talk to this Sudowoodo, all it will say is lies. Now this was absolutely hysterical to see. We know that Sudowoodo is a rock-type Pokemon pretending to be a tree, but the fact that this Sudowoodo uses human speech and says lies lets us know that he is completely self-aware. This Sudowoodo knows that its life is a lie. It's just a rock-type Pokemon and wants so badly to be a grass-type, but it knows that it will never become a grass-type, and sometimes people aren't even convinced. But Sudowoodo continues standing there, living a lie, telling you a lie, looking you straight in the face and saying, I am a tree. Cut me down. This next one is actually an entire story. In the Malasada shop in Malie City, there is an Oranguru standing in the corner. Once you interact with this Oranguru, it will hand you the TM for frustration. After that, a police officer will walk in and tell you this story that this Oranguru is his partner that's not getting along with him currently. On top of that, he mentions that this Oranguru's original owner is actually in jail. And then after the whole incident, the officer gives you the TM for return, but it does bring up something very interesting. Obviously, Oranguru isn't listening to the officer because it doesn't belong to him. His trainer is in jail. But then does that mean that every Pokemon trainer that gets arrested has their Pokemon confiscated and used by the police force? It's something really weird to think about. You wonder though, what if the Pokemon likes the officer better, and once the trainer in jail is actually released, will they get their Pokemon back, and will the Pokemon want to go back with the original trainer? This is a very, very weird form of law enforcement here on Alola. These last few NPCs are actually at the hotel in Hey City. In the lobby, you'll see two people talking to each other, a tourist and who I would assume is a local. The tourist will say, I'd love to have such a lovely lady teach me all kinds of things about the Alola region. And the lady will say, oh are you trying to lower my attack like some Pokemon using charm? It's a very odd conversation seeing some tourists try to get with some local here. And on top of that, she's using Pokemon references. Well, okay, they live in the Pokemon world, but it's still real weird to think that, especially with the whole Machamp thing that happened last episode. I guess the real question we need to ask ourselves in this situation is it working? And then on the other side of the lobby, you'll find a bellhop who says, you can fit absolutely anything inside of a trainer's bag, huh? If it was me, I'd sure like to tuck myself in a bag and tag along on someone's adventure. Now, of course, it's been joked before about trainers being able to hold anything inside their bag, even a bicycle. But it seems like Game Freak is becoming much more self-aware, even having some weird bellhop kind of imply that he wants to jump inside your backpack and travel the Alola region with you. I mean, the notion of having some guy inside your bag is wait, bag? Nebby? Where is Nebby? Nebby! Anyway, that's been it for this edition of Weird NPCs in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. By chance, have you happened to find any more weird NPCs in Sun and Moon? It's actually really hard to find these, aside from suggestions and some exploration, although the game is very large, so it's kind of hard to try and pinpoint who might say something interesting or funny. And on top of that, I haven't been able to find any threads online discussing any of this, so just let me know in the comments down below if you happen to know of any other weird NPCs. If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like to show your support. Also subscribe if you'd like to stick around for new videos. Enabling notifications is also a great way to make sure that you see each new video as it's uploaded, so just go ahead and click the bell and you'll be notified each time a new video is uploaded to this channel. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.